You go to a restaurant and order some tea with some Spanish omelette, and upon check-in, the portion is small and it's very expensive. Well, you can make some delicious Spanish omelette at the comfort of your home, and you're going to have good portions for your family. It's going to be very delicious because you're going to add in seasoning of choice, and it's going to be super versatile because you can serve for breakfast, brunch, or enjoy as lunch. For your omelette, you're going to prep up around 4 large potatoes, that is peeling and cutting into bite-sized pieces just like this. Then you'll need around 5 to 6 eggs, onions. We have Smokies, which you can substitute with sausages, some chives, which you can substitute with coriander, cooking oil, black pepper, and salt. The recipe is as simple as that. So I'm going to grab a pan, place over medium flame, add in around 4 tablespoons of cooking oil. And as the oil is getting hot, you're going to drain water from your potatoes and dry. Carefully, I'm going to drop in my potatoes in the hot cooking oil. If you always fry your potatoes and they stick on the bottom of the pan, the reason is your cooking oil is not hot enough. So just make sure the oil is hot before adding in your potatoes. So I'm going to toss my potatoes a little bit to make sure everything is perfect. I'm a huge potato lover and I have so many potato recipes on my channel, which you can check in the description box down below. And this is another one, which is going to turn out absolutely delicious. The cooking time for my potatoes is around 5 to 8 minutes at most, and it's going to depend on the size that you have chopped up yours. So just make sure you cut into small pieces so that the potatoes can cook a little bit fast. As the potatoes are frying, I'm going to crack in my eggs in a bowl. Next, you're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to your eggs and almost a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Use a fork or a whisk and whisk in the eggs. I'm going to check on my potatoes, which are getting crispy. I overestimated the time for cooking my potatoes. It has been around 5 minutes. So as you can see, the potatoes have a lovely golden brown color, which is going to be looking so good once our omelette is ready. I always get excited when it comes to potato recipes. So now you're going to add in lots of onion into the same pan using the same cooking oil. If you notice that your cooking oil is a lot, you can scoop out around 2 tablespoons of the cooking oil and use the rest to cook your omelette. You're going to saute your onions for around a minute until soft. I'm going to add in a tiny pinch of salt. Although we have added some salt to our eggs, I need the potatoes to be fully seasoned. So I'm going to add in some salt. And the potatoes look absolutely gorgeous. And this is how everything is going to be looking once the onions are soft. So next you're going to add in Smokies, tossed together with the potatoes and onions. If you're going to be using sausages for the recipe, make sure to fry until golden brown because sausages are usually raw. Then you're going to add into the recipe. Smokies are quite handy because they are ready to eat. So you only need around a minute to cook your Smokies and everything will be ready. So this is how everything is looking. So next I'm going to be adding in egg. Reduce the flames to the lowest point. Toss the ingredients a little bit, that is the potato smokies, a little bit so that they can be evenly distributed in the pan. Then I'm going to be cooking my omelette for around 5 minutes while checking so that the omelette doesn't burn. If you're going to be cooking your omelette with a cast iron pan or an oven safe pan, you're going to pop in the oven for around 5 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius so that the top can cook. Now, for the stove top fans, I'm going to be showing you how you're going to be flipping your omelette so that it can fully cook. And before that, I'm going to garnish with lots of coriander. Not coriander, I'm going to garnish with lots of chives on top. Then you'll need a big plate which you're going to cover your pan and flip very fast. And gorgeous, just look at that. I have a little bit of sticking, which is quite okay. So I'm going to pick the little piece, place it on top. Then I'm going to be placing back in the pan so that the other side can cook. I'm going to use my spatula and tuck in the omelets so that we can have a perfect shape. And whenever you're cooking your omelette, just make sure the flames are at low because the eggs are going to slowly cook. Remember, we are cooking around 6 eggs, so it's going to take a little bit of time to cook the omelette. Shake a little bit to make sure nothing is stuck. The color of my onions, as you can see, is a little bit on the dark side. It's quite okay because the onions are not burnt. Once ready, I'm going to flip my omelette once more. This time round, I'm going to be using my lid. Just look how gorgeous the omelette is looking at this point. So carefully, I'm going to transfer to a plate. I'm going to slice into my omelette. And a serrated knife is the best. Just look at that. You have smokies popping, chives popping, potatoes are well cooked together with the eggs. Going to garnish with a little bit of chives, and there you go. Once you cut your omelette into pieces just like this, you have enough pieces for around 3 people. So yeah, I've added some ketchup to mine. I'm going to give my omelette a taste. The potatoes are tender, the sausage is well cooked together with the eggs. Go in for a second bite because why not? Oh yum. This is going to be a favorite once you try out the recipe because it's filling. We have potatoes and it's loaded with lots of protein. Bye bye.